Awesome. Nick, come on up and join me.
How are you tonight?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
So, I'm going to go back a couple of years, like to the 90s, to when we first met. Okay? So, I was managing someone out of New York City and that you happened to be in the band, and we met all those years ago and knew at that moment that you were going to go big places.
Oh, well, thank you. And you were very professional as well.
Oh.
Lucinda's very good with the business and all that other stuff that most musicians would rather not deal with. She's the mama bear.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you.
But anyway, it's not about her tonight.
It's about me. Nick. For sure. So, all those years ago we met. We spent some time together managing the band. You played in the band, and then we lost track of each other for a long time. And about 10 years ago, we, under duress, were working for a large musical chain store, and we met up again.
Yeah, we reunited. And it felt so good.
So now I'm going to sing that song. Yeah. So anyway, so that was a pivotal moment for me because I was on tour at the time and we were looking for someone to, kind of bop in and out on guitar along with my husband, Mick. And you got to do some shows with me along the way and we had a blast.
Yes, we did.
We had a really good time.
Lucinda puts together some really good kind of, put together bands, I guess you can say. That gets to back up some interesting acts. And most of the gigs were a lot of fun, and they were a lot of fun because of Lucinda.
Well, I think they were a lot of fun because of Nick.
I had a lot of good times, yeah.
We did have a good time.
Yes,
so, yeah, we've been all over the country together. And I'm really happy to have you here tonight because you are like the epitome of a hard-working songwriter and amazing vocalist.
Thank you.
And so a lot of the audience that listens to, podcasts like this or radio like this, they need to be inspired, right? They're musicians. They want to hear the story of other musicians and how they did things. Mm-hmm. We're going to get into that with you because you have incredible Spotify numbers, which, a lot of people absolutely love and a lot of people are not so thrilled with the whole digital media thing,
Right.
It's not that we're not, we are an analog studio, but it's, certainly we believe in the social media aspect of things. And you've done really well with that. And the other thing is that for all these years, for the physical product that you've put out, you've sold thousands of CDs.
Independently, yeah.
Right, exactly. So I want to know more about your songwriting process first, and then we're going to go into the business end of this.
Okay.
So how do you sit with getting inspiration?
Sometimes it'll come from listening to something, and I'm like, if I hear something, I want to write a song like that, or I'll just hear a great song, and I'll be like, ooh, I want to write a song. Or something a lot of people hear me say is, hey, that'd be a great line for a song. And once in a while, someone will say, well, go ahead and do it. And if you're lucky, something kind of turns on in your head. So that's one of the ways where someone sparks you and you go, ooh, and you get that feeling and you pick up the guitar. And the luckiest is when it's kind of almost mostly there and it's like finding the chords. The other times I'll just fiddle around on the guitar and improvise chords and melodies, and then you stumble on something, you go, ooh, that sounds pretty good, and then you develop it, and sometimes it's just all the music. Usually I'll kind of think music first with maybe a line or a title, but once I got the melody down, and I feel like, wow, this is inspiring me without words. With words it'll sound pretty good, then it's like, oh, what's this about? So sometimes I'll know ahead of time what I want to write about. Other times I'll just improvise words and then a line will come out and go, oh, that's what this song's about. And if you're lucky and that clicks, the best ones typically come pretty easy, and that's when they spill out.
So do you find that a lot of the things that you write are from personal experience? Or Or can you relate them to your own personal experience?
Yeah, mostly it's. I try to be versatile. You know, you have what, like, a lot of people call cliche lyrics, which are the simpler ones, which kind of are easier for people to digest. And then I try to mix it up with original lyrics, trying to come up with ideas that you haven't heard a million times, lines that haven't been used a million times. So I try to balance out, more topical lyrics based with simplistic lyrics, and kind of have a little bit for everything. Because I like songs that are simple, and then I like songs that are
really complex.
And
I've heard you actually write that way, and I've heard you record that way as well. Right. Obviously, I feel like you have quite a major influence, like with McCartney and the Beatles, right? And what I love about you is that you're not only influenced by such an iconic band, right? But you're also influenced by a really iconic vocalist. You're a Tom Jones fan.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people who are, let's say, younger than us may not appreciate Tom Jones, but if you look up any videos of him in his prime, he is, for me, one of the, I should say my favorite, I don't like the word best, one of my favorite voices, who, if you're a singer, you watch him and you know vocals, you can't help but not be in awe of this guy. And I learned about him through my father, because my father loved Tom Jones and could sing like that. Pretty close. He had a similar tone. So to hear that in front of you, that volume and the power, and just the passion too. He was the guy that turned me on to Tom Jones. And yeah, if I could sing like anybody, I wish I could sing like Tom Jones in his prime.
I remember when you told me that, and I was almost in tears because I was so emotional over it, because my dad, that was his favorite singer, right. And my dad was Welsh, like Tom.
Tom Jones is Welsh for people who
don't know. Right. And so, and he used to sing his songs all over the house as well. And I was so moved by that, and it's so cool because when I watch you play, it's obvious that you have mastered your instrument. I mean, you really know your theory as far as that, the way the guitar really moves with you. It's an intimate experience to watch you play.
Thanks.
And the other thing, too, is that you're a fabulous vocalist. There's a really natural thing to what you do vocally, and the two, when they come together, is really an amazing experience. I've seen you on stage by yourself. I've seen you in bands, and I know what it's like to be on stage with you. So it's really, really cool. Now you are originally from New Jersey?
Right.
Okay. So you're originally from New Jersey.
That's usually the response I get when that's announced, by the way.
No, I lived there for a while. So my dad was a Bayonne guy, so I know New Jersey. But so you were originally from New Jersey. You are now in the Hudson Valley?
Yeah, I'm in Fishkill, New York.
Okay. So you're in New York, and you do play, when you play with us, obviously you're in Connecticut, and you've toured all over as well as you've done that with us. Do you find that the different environments that you tour to or that you've lived in has changed the tone of the way you write? Does the environment change you at all? Because when I'm in New York, because, my family's, Brooklyn, right? And I start talking like that. And then the next thing you know, I'm writing like that, So my environment changes sometimes the way I write a song.
If it does, it's not conscious. Okay. I couldn't consciously tell you that I was somewhere and it made me live differently. Yeah. Maybe it did, but I wasn't consciously aware of it.
Okay, so when we were in Gulf Shores, Alabama, you weren't writing some trop rock while we were down there. No. Okay, all right, cool. So do you want to play another one for us?
Sure.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Nick Bukuvalo coming back up for you.
I've been working till the end of the day, but very soon we'll be getting away from everything I have to do. But later on I'll be meeting up with you.